What is the French Foreign Legion?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a branch of the French military.
Okay.
So it's a formal branch of the French military that was started by an old king in like the 1800s to get foreigners out of his bars and back onto the battlefield who had been fighting in a previous war and were there with the carrot of French citizenship. So it's modeled after the Roman legions. The Romans would go and conquer, and they're like, all right, if you fight for Rome for 17 years, you'll be a Roman citizen. But we're going to kick you in the nuts for it. And that's exactly what it is. And you don't have the political pressure of French coming back in body bags. So there's been times in the Foreign Legion when there's been 30, 40,000 people. You know, at times with Germany, it's also like a petri dish of the geopolitical situation. Like you'll have guys flooding in because of different things going on in their countries, Germany. And now, like, there used to be a lot of Ukrainians, like 10% Ukrainians. A lot of the guys I worked with, when Ukraine kicked off, all those guys flooded back to Ukraine, right? Because they're fighting, right? And so you'll have like these influxes. It's interesting.
Really interesting.
But it's like the redheaded stepchild it's a lot like the Marine Corps in the sense of the formality, like this discipline, very strict.
Okay.
Very strict haircuts, very strict on like entering into a room.
You could be fully blasted.
Yes, but you go knock on that door at Christmas morning, they're fucking open the door.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, dude, you go knock, it says Legion Étrangère, Foreign Legion, and it looks like the one I went to is Fort Nugent. It was raining, bro, and it was the hunter's full moon. I remember it was Sunday evening, and I sat down and I had my DD-214. I brought my DD-214 to let them know who I was and, back up my passport and stuff. And they asked me, dude, like during the pre-selection plays, they're like, what the fuck is you doing here? Why is the former Navy SEAL? They don't want issues with the United States government or different things. And there are disqualifiers, right? The only 1 out of 15 guys will make it through pre-selection and selection.
Okay.
And actually go to boot camp.
Okay.
Only 1 out of 15, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 15. But they ask you why are you there? They do Interpol background checks. They'll do your own country's background checks. If you have any sexual crimes, any real issues with drug trafficking from Interpol, those are no-go. Terrorism, shit like that. They're going to pretty much say no-go. But everything else, they know. No tattoo regs, nothing. You got dudes coming out of Russia, like faces blasted out of some gulag, dude.
Really?
Yeah, show up. There's no regs. And that was part of it. That's part of the reason why I went, because I wanted to finish my tattoos, and I knew they wouldn't fuck with me, dude. So I ended up finishing my stuff there. But it's cool, man, because you see guys, Green Beret, full fucking thing with faces blasted, dude. It's wild.
Okay. What